what I needed. Just what I needed.
Hello everyone, it's me, Ivan, an 8-year-old boy. Today I'll show you how to make part 9 of Super Mario. Just before we start, just save your project as a new copy and let's get started. So let's get started. First, let's fix some bugs. If you spawn some Goombas and you press on a blue platform or a red platform, or those drop through platforms, I will spawn on a cloud. And if you press down, they all drop down, as you see there. That's easy. So we can fix that easy. Go into the enemy sprite and find the define fixed collision at point XY part, and drag the if down of controls greater than 0 and drag it out of the if out. Now, if you click the green flag again, it spawns some blue platforms. I just squish them. And if you press it down, they will not drop. See? So the second bug. The second bug is that if you jump on an enemy, you overlap quite a lot. So let's fix it now. Find the define tick Goomba in the enemy sprite, and before touching Mario, put a paint sprite custom block. And now in Mario sprite, find the where is it? Whenever you see move plate, and put a paint sprite at the very bottom. Like that. Now if you see, if we spawn some Goombas, we like immediately bounce off the Goombas. It's working quite well. Okay, let's continue. So let's make so when we press the G key, when not in editor mode, we can spawn enemies. So let's add so we have to only in level editor we can spawn the enemies. And it looks like we already added it. So good. And it's standard and it's tiles. So just remove those. The only problem is if I just go to the area. Yep, this. I'm just gonna go here. Yep. So orange platforms. The orange platforms or blue platforms if we put it on it, it replaces the tile. Same with the orange ones. So let's fix that. And now let's actually make it work. Now if we go in level editor, switch to the Goomba costume, they always spawn our feet on our feet. So now let's start coding. Go into the Mario sprite and under the define reset player custom block. So now let's go into the Mario sprite and find the define reset player custom block and duplicate the files and drag the floor blocks that we need, which is these, if you look on the screen, and drag those into the enemy sprite. And then in the enemy sprite, I'm just gonna find the when G key pressed. and the one that starts a clone. And then now let's go into the my blocks and make a new block named spawn type with input run without screen refresh, also with the input of type. So now let's arrange it. Under the define spawn type custom block, put the blocks that we dragged from the Mario sprite under it. Then drag it if. Checking if type. If type equals 29, then we put everything that's under when it starts a clone in it. And also put the create clone myself also inside. At the very start, put a set frame to the empty value in spawn type custom block. At the very bottom, put the set type to the empty value. And then hide. Like that. Now under the when G key press, put a set spawn index to tile index tile index of editor. Yep, it's here. And then we simply spawn type 29, like that. Now if we go into editor mode, and we put up, and we switch to the Goomba cost brush. Wait, oops. Oh yeah, we have to remove the set in the spawn type custom block. We have to remove the set x and y of x and y, x and y of Mario, like that. Now if we go, now if we press G, it spawns over here. But if we press 9 and press G again, it spawns on our mouse cursor. That's pretty cool. Now you can have all sorts of, this is so cool. Now you can spawn a whole load of Goombas now. And we can just confirm, like, if we press G in editing mode, it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. Good. Good. Now let's make two new messages. I'm just gonna clear up. Drag out a when I receive level done loading, and let's broadcast two new messages. The first one, name it entity clear. Oops. And the second one, name it entity setup, like that. And drag it out when I receive entity clear. And just simply delete these clones. And drag out when I receive an entity setup. And let's make a new custom block named spawn loop. Run without screen refresh. And put the spawn loop block under. And under define spawn loop, first let's make a new list named object IDX for all sprites. This is gonna make it caps lock. Like that for all sprites. Let's make another new list named object type for all sprites. Now you just see leave this on the screen. Let's now make a new variable in object item hash. Hash for the sprite only. And then under define spawn loop, set item object item hash to 1 and put a repeat item length of object IDX. And now let's set spawn index to item object item of type object IDX, and drag out a spawn type block and put an object item hash of object type, and then put a hide, and then we change object item hash by 1. Then at last put set object item hash index to empty value. Object item hash to empty value, and set type to the empty value as well. Now if we test, just gonna later hide the list. It's still the same. Okay, good. Now go into the editor sprite. Find the define when I receive move player, and before the if brush equals 0, drag an if condition and check if item chosen brush of tile key map equals 9. Then let's make a new custom block named paint entity. Run without screen refresh. And we'll put the paint entity block right in there. Just gonna clean up blocks. Good. Just drag it in some free space. And let's start working on it. And also stop the script under the when I receive move player for the if. Item for the paint entity. Under put a stop the script. Like that. And put an if condition. And check if brush is greater than 0. Then we stop the script. And then set chosen brush to brush. Duplicate it like that. I meant set brush to chosen. Set brush to chosen brush. Like that. And then we sent found index to. Then we simply set found index to item hash of object IDX item brush of object IDX, I mean tire index. And then drag it if else. Check if found index is greater than 0. Then we simply first delete found index of object in IDX. Then and delete found index. I'm just gonna found index delete found index of object type. Then in the else put add tile index to object IDX, and then add brush to object type, like that. And finally, broadcast entity clear and broadcast entity setup, like that. Now if you see, if we click the green flag and press 0 and click 9, every time we place a Goomba, all the enemies go back to their original position, like that. Now if we click 0 again, all the Goombas should go back to their position. Good. Let's continue. And now let's stop enemy moving editor mode. Find in the enemy sprite, find the when I receive move enemy. Oh, it's here. Then before anything, drag it, put an if, and check editor is greater than 0. I'm just gonna do that. Or type is equal to the empty value. Just gonna quickly code that up and stop the script. And then now see if we go in editor mode, all the Goombas stop where they be. And we press 9 and we can like delete the Goombas from our level. Good. Now if we click, now I'll just start again. Yep, no Goombas. Now we can have fun. Now if we put some Goombas here, I can also confirm if I put some Goombas. I can now replace the blue platforms also. Gonna do that. And you can also make the coin plate and also the blue background. Same with the orange one. I'm just gonna put it in a lot of place. Good. Also, I'm gonna put some here. Now it's like good. Now if we click the green flag again, all the Goombas is here. Good. I'm also gonna make the Mario spawn here. I'm just gonna click press 9 and remove that. Good. Now let's stop. Yep, good. Now let's move the if type equals squish before the if type equals Goomba. Then before if type equals Goomba, put an if condition. Then check if frame is less than 0. Then we check another if. If abs of x minus camera x is greater than 260, then we simply stop the script like that. Then duplicate that, and now we can check the y. Check abs of y minus camera y is greater than 200. Also stop the script. Now if we test, if we approach the enemies, yep, they just started moving. Good. So if we didn't add this code, the enemies was already out of the gaps. So that's cool. Good to know. Let's continue coding. Now put an if else. Now let's check which directions Goomba supposed to face when starting the game. So check if, put an if else, check x is greater than x of Mario, not x position, but x of Mario, and then we point in direction -90. If else, point in direction 90. Oops. Just do that. Yep. Now the Goomba faces the player when we start. The player's direction. Good. It's working so good. Good. Now let's continue. Now let's make a new custom block named save tile grid for save tile grid, like that. Run without screen refresh. Then under save tile grid, in the save level, drag everything but the first 2 blocks into the save tile grid. But at the last 2, the repeat and its companion, the repeat like that. Let's put it back in the save level. Just before that, let's put the save tile grid there. And now under the load level, let's make a new custom block named load tile grid. Run without screen refresh. Then put everything that's connecting the delete all of Terra grid into there and replace that with the, just gonna do that, clean up blocks, and replace that with a load tile grid custom block, right, like that. Let's change something on load tile grid. in the last if, inside the repeat until, and there's a repeat length of hash of letter in A to Z. Put if checking if tile index is greater than grid height. It's gonna duplicate it like that. And then we simply stop the script. Now let's make a new custom block named save objects. Ring without screen refresh. And put the save objects block right after this save tile grid. And then I'm just gonna move the save object into some free space and let's make a new variable named row for this sprite only. Set row to 1 and write length of object IDX with the underscore, the delimiter underscore, like that. And now let's do a repeat loop. Put a repeat loop and put repeat length of object IDX. And let's put the right value delimiter block there and write it item row of tile IDX with underscore. And then write value item row of tile object type with underscore. And finally change row by 1, like that. Now let's make a new custom block named load objects. Run without screen refresh. And under the load level custom block, after load tile grid, put a load objects. And back to the load object, and I'll find some free space and code it up. First put a delete all. I'll just put delete all of object IDX. And then delete all of object type. Then we simply put a read value and put a repeat value variable times, and put a read value block there, and then add value to object IDX, and then read value again and add value to object type, like that. So this is another end of this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please smash the like button and subscribe for more your teaching videos. And enjoy your game. I hope you make all sorts of level designs. Bye, see you next time.
Just what I needed. Just what I needed. Just what I needed. Just what I needed. Just what I needed.
可以了。你这个录着没用，我要自己录，因为这个上。